All right, hi everybody. Let's look at some examples of solving these systems of equations by graphing. You'll have plenty of opportunities to do this by hand, and like I said, there's some drawbacks to that because the amount of precision you need to have in order for that to be completely effective is not realistic by most people's standards. So I think it would be worth our while to look more at some ALEKs examples as well so that you can see kind of like what this looks like. So I have some examples here pulled up. I got two in particular, and we're going to do them together. So this first one, it says graph the system below and write a solution. You've got these two different equations. You've got this first one, which I'm circling around, that is in y equals mx plus b form, so it's in slope-intercept form. And then you got this bottom one, which is almost in standard form. The 2 would need to be positive in order for it to be in standard form, but it's close enough to standard form. So we're going to get to sort of practice some different things here. So let's start with this top one. All right, remember you only need 2 points to plot an equation, right? To plot a line. So we've got negative 1/4 x minus 3. This is in mx plus b form. It's in slope-intercept form. And the negative 3 is my y-intercept. So I'm going to go right away and I'm going to put a point on negative 3. And then the slope is negative 1/4, right? Negative 1/4. That means that the top number, the 1, means we're going to go down 1 because it's negative, and then over to the right 4. So you'll start here, go down 1 because that represents the negative 1, and then over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that represents the 4 in that fraction. And then you've got your 2 points. Grab your line tool, all right, put it there, and there, and you've got your first line. All right, so you're in good shape. Now the second one, we're gonna do this doing intercepts. All right, so first let's figure out what my x-intercept is, and in order to figure out what my x-intercept is, I got to make y, which I'm circling, 0. And if I make y 0, that leaves me the equation. I'm sorry I can't write this down, but it leaves me the equation negative 2x equals 6. Well, you have negative 2x equals 6, and if you can't follow along with just me talking, write this down. Negative 2x equals 6. You've got to get rid of that negative 2 that's being multiplied by 6. So you're going to do the opposite of that and divide both sides by negative 2. If you divide 6 by negative 2, you get negative 3. So my x-intercept is negative 3. So I'm going to go over here to negative 3. I'm going to put a point. And then if I'm looking for my y-intercept, that means my x-coordinate is 0, and so that gets rid of this whole term, leaving you just with y equals 6. Well, that's solved. The coefficient's 1 and it's positive. So if y equals 6, y equals 6. That's great. So go up on your y-axis to 6, put a point, grab your line tool, go over to this point and go over to this point, and then you'll see that we have one unique solution here. And it looks like it's right at about the point negative 4 for my x-coordinate and negative 2 for my y-coordinate. So let's try that and see if they like what we got. Oops. I always forget that this thing's touchy. I want you to move it over like that. All right, excellent. Let's try one more. Okay, so for this example, we got right here that's taking forever to load. It's kind of the same thing, except they put the standard form on top and they put the slope-intercept form on the bottom. So for the standard form, let's just go top to bottom. Standard form, let's make y equal to 0 so we can figure out what our x-intercept is. Well, that leaves us, if we get rid of this, that leaves us with 2x equals 2, which means x must equal 1. Right? And I just divided both sides by 2 to get that. And then if you make this equal to 0, looking for your y-intercept, if you make 2x equals 0, that leaves you with y equals 2. So that's pretty straightforward. You got your 2 intercepts, put your line down, and you're good to go. Now right here we got y equals 1/2 x minus 3. That means I have a line with a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of negative 3. So let's put our point at -3. And then if you have a slope of 1/2, it means that you go up 1 over 2. Put a point, and you can kind of see right where I put that point that it's on the line. So we actually just found our solution. That's 1 point right there is the solution that satisfies both of these. If you take the point 2 comma -2, put it into both of these equations, it will work for both of them. So that should be our solution. Let's put it in, see if Alex likes what we gave him. And we're in good shape. So thanks for following along. Good luck with these. Just, remember, if all else fails, you can make a table and just pick a couple points. But try to use the slope-intercept way of graphing as much as you possibly can. It's so helpful. So thanks for watching.